UFC on Fox, Johnson versus Dotson, goes down live 7 o'clock on Fox if you're in Central Time. And an awesome card for Fox. The prelim cards look pretty decent. We'll run through a couple of those. So let's get into it, y'all. You got Clay Guida, Ryan Bader, Mike Russo, TJ Grant, Matt Wyman, Sean Jortson, Rafael Natella, Sean Spencer, Michael Stuff. I mean, really good fights on the prelim card on FX, which kick off, I believe, at 5 o'clock Central Time, somewhere around there. Check your local listings. But a good card for FX. And then the Fox card is sick, y'all. This is pay-per-view quality at its best. Now let's get into it, y'all. Featherweight bout is going to open us up. Eric Crotch versus Ricardo Lamas. I'm going to go with Lamas. And then, before I get into this next 3 picks, I want to say this. I'm a huge mark for Donald Cerrone. I'm a huge mark for Rampage Jackson. You have Rampage Jackson in this final UFC fight, which we'll get into that in a minute. I don't think the Jackson-Glover fight deserves to be in the co-main event. And the reason why, you have Donald Cerrone and Anthony Pettis. Possibly and pretty much going to be fight of the night. These guys are going to go to war, and I cannot wait for this fight. Why have them third slot on the card? That's just my opinion. I think that should be co-main event quality. And I think everyone is looking forward to that fight more than any other fight on the card. So, with that being said, Donald Cerrone, Anthony Pettis, lightweight bout. I'm going to go with the Cowboy Donald Cerrone. These guys are going to throw. These guys are going to go to the mat. They're going to go everywhere, y'all. You want an exciting fight? You want a 3-round war? You're going to get it, y'all. I think it'll go to decision. I think Donald Cerrone, the Cowboy, he'll bring one up on Anthony Pettis, but this is going to be an exciting, a great fight, and I definitely check it out. And your co-main event of the evening, it's going to be for the lightweight bout. Quentin Rampage Jackson, after he came to the UFC in 2011, he's going to make his final UFC Octagon fight performance against Glover Teixeira. Glover, you really haven't seen much of him, but he does stand there and throw. Rampage wanted a fight where he wants to stand up there and fight. Don't get me wrong, I'm a Rampage mark. I love this guy. But Quentin, if you want a stand-up war, I love stand-up wars. That's why I love MMA. But if that's the only thing you want to do, and that's the only thing that you want your opponents to do, I think you should go into boxing, Rampage. In mixed martial arts, it's well-rounded, and you can stand, you can go to the ground, you can clinch, you can do whatever. But if that's just what you want to do, I sincerely thank you for what you do, but go to boxing. Because if you expect some guy just to stand with you every single fight, and if he doesn't, and you just complain about it, that's on you. I do think Rampage will have a tough war, but after maybe the first, maybe the second round, Glover's going to think, hey, can't do this with this guy. He's got too much power on me. Let's take it to the ground. And that's where Rampage could lose this fight. If he can keep it on his feet, Rampage is going to knock this kid out. We'll see. Quentin Rampage Jackson defeats Glover Teixeira. UFC Lightweight Championship is on the line. And I'll take Demetrius Johnson. MMA News 1.com.